See the shame don't walk out.
Them no gonna say you don't suffer.
Yeah.
Then they call you Ajebota. But you be real Ajepako.
See the levels don't they change. It makes me wanna give again.
And love again. No be today. It don't take. Now because you believe.
Now because I believe. Because I believe. Now because I believe. Because I believe.
Now because you believe. Because you believe. Now because you believe. Because you believe.
I will do everything you go say.
Because you believe. Because you believe.
Because you believe. Yeah. See, mommy no be you be this. Remember say they no be you. And yes, you and daddy.
Raise begins.
Raise your begins and all of them go be
Super begins. Super begins. Super begins.
just like me.
Oh yes, it's your PFJ again, your woman that Jesus loves. And as you know, I am also Oluwatomi, which means that God is enough for me. And as usual, I'm live on Fortress Radio at Molete in the city of Ibadan. We are the one who gives you strength all day. And yes, this is Ladies and Values. How you doing? I hope you're doing great. And you had a beautiful Easter. You had a beautiful Palm Sunday yesterday. And Easter is coming. I'm so happy about Easter. All right. Just you still remembered what we discussed last week. We are still on Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. We started from verse 10. And last week, I stopped at verse 14, which says that she's like the merchant ship. She brings our food from afar. And I don't want to dwell so much on that. That's where we stopped last week. And I'm going to continue from verse 15. I'm going to read we're going to take like 4 different verses, which I'm going to read out to you from the King James Version, and I'm going to dwell more on the easy to read version throughout today. But as soon as I finish reading the scriptures, the verses we're going to go through today, I'm going to drop your music and you listen to it while your mind prepares for what I have for you on the show today. All right, so let's go. Verse 15 to about 18, yeah. So verse 15, it says, she rises also while it is yet night, and gives meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. Verse 16 says, she considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hand she plants a vineyard. 17 says, she guards her loins with strength, and strengthens her arms. Then 18 says, she perceives that our merchandise is good. Our candle goes not out by night. So I'm going to leave you to enjoy this music. I'll come back to read from the version that will be dwelling more today, and to go right into what I am going to be sharing with you today. I'll be back. Please don't go away.
So now maybe this. Wow.
See my life done better. See the shame don't walk out.
Them no gonna say you don't suffer.
Yeah.
Then they call you Ajebota. But you be real Ajepako.
See the levels don't they change. It makes me wanna give again.
And love again. No be today. It don't take. Now because you believe.
Now because I believe. Because I believe. Now because I believe. Because I believe.
Now because you believe. Because you believe.
All right, you're welcome back. So I said I was going to read from the easy to read version, ERV. So if you have the ERV version with me, please read along with me. So verse 15 to 18. I'll read it now, and I'm going to explain it very well. It says, she wakes up early in the morning. Talking about the excellent woman. She gets up early in the morning, cooks food for her family, and gives the servants their share. I mean, this verse says, okay, I'm coming back to it. All right, so she looks at the land and buys it. She uses the money she has earned and plants a vineyard. She works very hard. She is strong and able to do all her work. She works late into the night to make sure her business earns our profit. Now let's start from from the first verse we are treating today. She wakes up very early in the morning. This excellent woman, she wakes up early in the morning. She cooks food for her family, and she gives the servants their share. You know, last week I touched this briefly, and I cited a scenario where this viral story where this woman wakes up in the morning to cook for her husband. You know, after some, you know, she was not used to that. She doesn't do that normally, but she found out something, and you know, she was propelled into action to cook early in the morning and pack food for her husband to work. So now what she did went viral, and everybody started talking about it, and you know, God used that story to, you know, God used that story to bless her. Now, so I said, now what she did, everybody appreciated it. Even her husband appreciated it. And you know, I just mentioned that story last week. And so, if a person can do that, and you know, everybody rises up and say, "Oh, you are doing well," so you can be sure that if you do it, people are gonna appreciate. Your husband is going to appreciate you. Forget about the people. I mean, no man eats. Takes food to work every morning, and you know, and won't bless his wife. No, he would be so happy. He would be really happy. In fact, let me use myself as an example. My husband, he takes food to work every day, except on some, you know, very rare occasions where we don't cook in the morning. My husband appreciates it. Not only my husband, his colleagues see it at work, and they're like, you're always enjoying, your wife is always cooking. You know, there's something that comes into your mind when you see somebody bring food in the morning to work, you know, a man. So it's part of taking care of your husband. You know, you remember where we started from some weeks ago when I said a wise woman builds a house, and building your house includes building your husband and your children. So doing that for your husband means you are building something up. You're building your home, you're building the intimacy, you're building up the love that is between the both of you. So this excellent woman rises up in the morning. She does not wake up and pull on the blanket again, and you know, goes to sleep the second round. No, she gets up. Bible says while it is yet night, it is still in the night. I mean, while it is yet, she gets up while it is yet night. It means that it's still dark, but it's morning. You know, sometimes when you want to have a devotion, when you want to have you want to pray in the morning, you wake up very early and you need to talk to God, and that before dawn. So this woman, that's what she does. She doesn't wake up when, okay, you can hear the sounds of cars passing by your street. You know, she wakes up when it is still dark, and she makes food. Now, what she does not make food for her husband alone or her children. The Bible says that she makes food for her servants also. She makes food. Says cooks food for her family, gives the servants their share. Now she knows her place. This woman knows when she's supposed to be served and when she's supposed to serve. And now, normally when you have somebody helping you at home, what you do is, okay, you give them instructions. Tomorrow morning, you get up, you do this, you do that, you know, give them, and blah, blah, blah. And you just sleep and you just enjoy yourself. This one does not do that. She lives by example. She's not going to sleep there and instruct her servant to do something, and she's lying down there. No, she's not somebody who wants to waste away. Remember that we said that she busily spins wool and flask last week. She looks for work for herself. Even when she's supposed to be idle, She goes out there and looks for something to do. So she's not somebody who slacks off. She's not somebody who is just there. She does her thing. She gets busy. So she won't instruct her servants, go and do this, go and cook for yourself, cook for my husband. Some people say, okay, as a woman, can you even allow your help to cook for your husband? Can you allow your help to cook for your husband? Some women say no, they can't do. Okay, I'm part of those women that says I can't allow. I cook for my husband by myself. Okay, the help can cook for the servants can cook for themselves, but I choose and to cook for my husband. And even this woman, she doesn't even allow them to cook for themselves. She said he cooks. She wakes up in the morning, she cooks, and then she gives the servant their share. So she's not going to say, okay, I'm cooking for my husband and my children, and so you go sort yourself out. When it's time for you to eat, then go and cook. No, she's very active. That's what this excellent woman, that's what she does. She doesn't let time pass like that. She makes sure that her family is okay. She makes up that she makes sure that they don't starve for food during the day. She makes sure her children take something to school and they are satisfied, and they are not looking at their mates when they are eating or when they have something. When you don't provide for your children, when you don't take care of them, when they get to school, they see their mates. When they go anywhere, they see their mates doing fine, having things, and and they're looking at them. There's something it does to them, which is not good. So this is what this woman does. Let me move on to the next verse that says that she looks at a land and buys it. This is intriguing to me. She uses the money she has earned and plants a vineyard. Another version says that she uses a profit, what she has earned. She uses it to buy a vineyard. A vineyard is it's a place where there are vines. You plant vines, which gives you grapes. Yes, when a vineyard, you can harvest grapes. And so this woman buys a land. Now she plants there on the land a vineyard, and at the end of the day, what's that going to be? It means that she's going to have a wine press eventually, because the wine and the grapes will mature, and she'll make them into wine and she will sell it. That's another business. So this woman is despite the fact that she does all the domestic things in the house, she's still business oriented. She considers it a land. That's what the KJV says. She said she considers it a land and buys it. She thinks, okay, she thinks back and forth. If I get this land, okay, she does all her calculations well, and okay, she gets the land, and then what she's going to do with the land? She plants a vineyard. Now the next verse will shed more light on it. It says that she works very hard. She's strong and able to do all her work. Another version says she guards herself with strength. She guards herself with strength, and she strengthens her arms. That's what the Bible says. So now she has planted a vineyard. How is she going to work there? How is she going to make it work? So she strengthens her arms. She clothes herself with strength, and she strengthens her arms so that she can walk there. Now you see, secondly, she's not going to allow, okay, fine, if the servants are going to help her, she's not going to allow the servants to just go there. Okay, I have a vineyard. Very early, every day you resume there at social time and you walk there and do this. No, she strengthens her arms because she's going to do it with her arms. I think we'll still get to the later as we go on with these verses. We'll get to a place where it says that she enjoys creating things with her hands. She enjoys doing things. So it's not that she cannot get what she wants, but she wants to make sure that her hand produces what she uses. We've gone through the verse that said that she looks for wool and flax. She goes everywhere to gather it, and then she starts spinning it so that there can be clothes for her household. What would cost her to buy clothes? It won't cost her anything to just buy ready-made clothes and put it on them. No, she wants to make sure that she does everything with her hands. Isn't this woman super? Are you wondering if she sleeps at all? We'll get there. So the next verse says, she works late into the night to make sure her business earns a profit. Another version says that a candle does not go out by night. She stays busy at night because she has to make profit, because she has a lot doing, because she has a lot going on. She has servants, she has children, she has a husband, she has her businesses that she's doing, and she also has the things the things she does for leisure. So she has to make sure that things go well. She has to make sure that she's not lagging behind in any area. So she stays up at night, you know, putting things in place. Okay, tomorrow what am I going to do? Okay, where am I? Where's my business now? Okay, what's going to happen tomorrow? Where are my children going? What's my husband needing? She makes sure she puts things in place. That's why she doesn't just go to bed and things catches her by surprise. She just wakes up in the morning. I overslept. I didn't know when I slept. No, things does not meet her. Things doesn't catch her by surprise. So that's what she does. She works late into the night to make sure that her businesses earns a profit. That's what she does. This woman is so excellent, and just like I said, it's not something that you would be able to do easily. Being excellent also means that you have to put in a lot of work, because excellent people are few. People who are willing to put in the work, they are so few. Everybody cannot be willing to do all those things. So people will say, what about the man? What is he going to do? So she will do all those things, and the man is there. She's just she's just everywhere. She's taking care of it. Do you want to kill her? No. The Bible didn't record that she died. That's why it started from this verse that says that who can find this woman? Said how hard it is to find. How hard is it to find the perfect wife? She's worth far more than jewels. How hard it is to find an excellent person. People say something that's funny these days. They say that even human beings are, even human beings are not lasting now. They are fake human beings. They are fake this, and they just make fun of it because things are changing. People are becoming lazy. People are becoming selfish, that they think of themselves. When they do something, they think of what they get in return. When you care for your husband and your family, you're thinking of, okay, what's my husband doing for me in return? Is he going to just sit there? Is he going to just watch me do a lot of things? And me, I'm just there. I'm just wearing myself out. No, I'm not saying you have to wear yourself out. You don't have to wear yourself out. Remember this last verse that I read, she stays up in the night. That means she does a good planning. Look, you can achieve this thing. It's achievable. You can do it. It just requires you to plan for it. There is nothing we can't do if we make out time to plan for that thing. Are you getting me? If we make out time to plan for something, then we'll sure do it well. It is when things just happen and we are not ready for it, that's when it becomes a big deal. But when you already planned ahead and you have a lot to do, just imagine people who are so extremely busy and still their life is not in a mess. Why? Because they plan. Some of them have PAs. Some of them, they have people working with them, so that to make sure people reminding them, okay, you have a meeting scheduled for so time, you have this, you have that, you have to go to some places, you have to take your rest at this time. Fine. It was not recorded that this woman had someone like that does that for her, but she plans well. She knows what next and what next and what next she's going to do. She does have a rest time. No, she's not going to die. She's not going to wear out. She's just doing what's best for her home. All right, please listen to this music. I'll be right back while you meditate on what I've shared with you today.
He's done so much for me, I cannot tell it all. If I had 10 Jehovah, for he has done so very much for me.
Come on, everybody.
What shall I render to Jehovah?
Hey.
For he has done so very much for me. What shall I render to Jehovah? For he has done. What shall I render to Jehovah?
All right, you're welcome back from that music break. I trust you've been able to get one or two or three things from what I've shared with you on the show today. But before I begin to conclude the show today, I want to read these verses that we have treated today in another translation, and then you would see, you'd see it in a new light, because you're wondering, this woman, how can she do all those things? You know, I said this when when we were starting this show. I said this woman, I said she couldn't have done all those things by our might, by our power. You know, we depend on the grace of God to do these things. But one thing that is important is our willingness. If we are willing to go all the way, then God is willing to go all the way with us. Then his grace abounds unto us. As long as we want to do it, then God gives us all the supports that we need to get these things done. This woman is a spiritual woman. Don't think that it's just, normal. Just give yourself some motivation, some. No, it's beyond that. It's beyond the physical, the ordinary motivation that we give to ourselves. No, it's beyond that. Now let me read this. Let me read to you the Amplified Classic Version. Then you will see that this woman is a very spiritual woman. You will see that all those things she's doing, or she does, all those things she does, she didn't do it by our own might. She puts God in everything. And no matter how busy she is, she always finds time for God. She's always in tune with God. That's why she can do all those things. Now, are you wondering if she has some hard times, or probably she definitely has some hard times. She's not a robot, and she's not what do I call it? She has some hard times, definitely. But she trusts God. She's not this, I'm strong. She has times of sorrow. She has her low days, but she keeps on moving. When she fears, she finds a way to get rid of the fear. Now, let me not say much. Let me just read to you these verses, and you will see what I'm trying to say. Now says that she rises while it is yet night and gets spiritual food for her household. So, aside from making food for them in the morning, she teaches them the way of the Lord. She teaches them the way of the Lord. And it says that, and as signs are made their task. Then verse 16 says she considers a new field before she buys it or accepts it, expanding prudently and not courting, neglecting of her present duties by assuming other duties. Now, with her savings of time and strength, she plants fruitful vines in her vineyard. You know, there's a line there that says that she assumed other duties without neglecting the previous ones, the ones she's doing already. So nothing, all the duties she's going to take on would not affect the one she's already doing. And verse 17 says that she guards herself with strength. Now it's in brackets, there's spiritual, mental, and physical fitness for a God-given task. So she guards herself with spiritual strength, with mental strength, with physical strength for a God-given task, because this task is God-given. Marriage is God-given, it's a gift from God. So this task that she's doing, it is God that gave her the task, the responsibility, and said, and makes her arm strong and firm so that she can do all these things. Now verse 17 says she guards herself. Okay, verse 18, which is the last verse we treated today, says she tastes and see that her gain from work with God is good. Our lamp goes not out, but it burns on continually through the night. Listen, through the night of trouble, the night of privation, the night of sorrow, the night of warning away fear, the night of doubts and distrust. Her light keeps on burning. Even while she was afraid, even while she was in sorrow, even while she was doubting whether she could do it or not, even whether she was troubled, her light does not go out. She stands with God. She trusts in God. She makes sure that this thing works no matter how she feels about it. This is what this woman does. And if you desire to be an excellent woman, you have to be willing to do these things as well. You know, when you have the grace of God backing you up, then you'll be able to do it. You may not be able to do it by your own strength, but by God's strength, by God, you'll be able to do it. Bible says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All right, so that's where I'll be stopping today, and we'll continue from the next verse next week. Don't forget to like our videos and share. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Fortress Radio, and don't also forget to join me next week for the same show. Thank you for watching today. Thank you for staying with me on the show, and I believe that you've been blessed. So next week we'll continue this. But before I go, remember that I love you, and also remember that as a lady, you are of value. You are so valuable, and that you are the best that God created, and also you are the best that anybody can ever find. Take care of yourself and have an amazing week ahead of you. Bye.